I want to share a few words about Lord Krishna and his birth. This is actually taken from what Maharishi Ji has told, and I am just trying to put it in a simple form and in a condensed form. Now we all know that Krishna is an avatar. He has taken the birth, he has taken a form, and he has been on this earth for a certain period of time. Lord Krishna is referred to as Paramatma, the Transcendental Eternal Being, which means that he is the Absolute and the Absolute alone. So an avatar is like a wave springing up from the ocean. He is of the same material, the water, and so likewise the avatar coming from the Absolute is Absolute alone. He is not the relative. He is the same pure consciousness as the Absolute. He has not manifested as relative, and he just took a form. The same Absolute took a form of the Absolute. Just like the wave is part of the same ocean, form of the same ocean, and just like the flower is the same form of the sap, so the avatar is only Absolute. He is not really relative. And so he has not manifested. He just presented as a form. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, "The ignorant takes me to be taking a form. The unmanifested has taken a form, has manifested itself. This I am considered by the ignorant." That means, even so I am in form, I am not really manifested. I have not really taken a birth. So in this context, he has given a caution very clearly that he has not become relative. Becoming relative means that you stop being Absolute. So he has not become relative. He is always Absolute, and he remained forever Absolute. And this is what Krishna's incarnation is. So there is no trace of ignorance. There is no trace of ignorance that that any manifestations in relativity have. So Krishna himself said that all my actions are divine. All my actions are divine. He did not even say they are celestial, because anything that is celestial comes in the relative field. It's not in the Absolute. So when Krishna's actions are all divine, then they are really enjoyed and cognized by the Jeevan Muktas who are established in cosmic consciousness. And for people who are in cosmic consciousness, these are the people who could really know and enjoy Krishna. So the Gopis of the Brindavan, both the male and the female, Gopis and the Gopikas, also the same impulses of the Absolute. They are not really the relative. They are the impulses of the Absolute Shrutis, just assuming the form. The Shrutis are the Vedic hymns, and these are of Chandas, and they are the impulses of the Absolute. So these Gopis took the form when the Absolute took the form. So the same Absolute impulses of the Absolute took the form when Krishna took the form of the Absolute alone. So the whole dance, the whole rasa in the Brindavan is really the dance of the impulses of the Absolute. It is just these impulses dancing with each other. So all the Gopis and the Gopas, they are Jeevan Muktas and much more than Jeevan Muktas. And Krishna is the Brahman, Krishna is the totality. and they are of the same material. They are of the same material, pure consciousness, and that's why they had so much of joy with Krishna. All the gopis had so much of joy with Krishna, and nobody else could have had that much of joy because they were enjoying on that level of the Absolute. And their whole play, the whole existence, their whole existence was a divine play. It was just a divine game, and in that inseparable unity, they were just, playing with each other, just the same waves playing with each other and dancing with each other. And that's how the existence has been in the Brindavan. Krishna did not have the gunas. He was beyond the gunas and he was beyond the elements. So he did not have the 5 elements or the 3 gunas, and he is purely absolute. It is difficult to comprehend, and it is difficult to even put in words that remaining absolute, he appeared as manifested. So Maharishi also has said that it is not possible now to enjoy Krishna the way the Gopis and Gopikas in Brindavan enjoyed, because they were the impulses of the Absolute and they were Jeevan Muktas, and only they could enjoy Krishna in that highest bliss because they were not separate from him. They were in total unity with Krishna. Now, if one has to experience Krishna, it will be on the celestial level, that is in the field of relativity, and not on the level of the Absolute as it was for the Gopis of Brindavan. So in this celestial level, it is like, materialization of one's faith. When one has immense devotion and has the cosmic consciousness, then one is able to cognize Krishna in that celestial form. When one gains the ability of remaining in the being, that means being the being and operating on that level, and that is the level of Ritam Bhara Pragya, then one can see the rasa, the dance of Krishna with the gopis, and then the rasa comes in all reality and you can enjoy it. Only on that level you can enjoy it, on the level of the Ritam Bhara Pragya. The materialization of the thought happens and one can enjoy Krishna and the Rasa Leela. But not on the level of the sensory level, not on the level of the senses, nor with the eyes open. It has to be only on that level of the being. But even on the level of the senses and even in the celestial field, the bliss of Krishna is so much, just the thought and the devotion to Krishna and reading his stories and singing his songs all brings so much of bliss, so many drops of bliss. These are all the drops. And then when one is in Ritam Bhara Pragya, then you experience the ocean of Krishna, the ocean who he is, the absolute Paramatma, the transcendental eternal being that he is. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He